What's up, everyone, and how are you doing? I hope you're good wherever you are watching this movies podcast form. You're all welcome to my Blockbuster TV, the home of all your movies, reactions, and movie review. You are at the right place here with us. So, guys, for today's movies content, I'll be taking you to a trending movie. This movie is called The Wicked for Good. In this movie's content, I will walk you through the story plot. I'll give you the lessons and the rating about this movie's content. So guys, this movie has a lot of songs in it, and that might distract you from getting the main story plot about this movie. But in this content, I will give you the total breakdown about this movie in a way that you perfectly understand it. You should trust me. And after that, guys, the lessons and the rating follows as well. So if you're watching us, please do subscribe, like, comment, and share, and drop in the comment section anything you want to tell us. Drop it down in the comment section and I will get back to you. Okay, so just sit down back there, try to watch the end, and while I take you through this movie's content, alright, let's go. Before diving into this movie, let me have a short recap of the previous franchise of this movie, The Wicked, for better understanding. In the previous franchise of 2024, Elphaba and Greta, they first met in a magical school. When the wizard saw the great potential of Elphaba, she was invited to see the wizard, but as a good friend, she allowed her friend Greta to join her. That was how the both of them, Elphaba and Greta, came to meet the wizard in person. But his intention was not pure because the wizard manipulated Elphaba to cast a spell to a magical book. This spell gave some of the animals in the kingdom the ability to fly, alongside with Elphaba herself. Then when Elphaba saw the evil intention of the wizard towards the animals, that was when she turned against him and they became enemies from that day. Due to this, the wizard and his second in command, Madame Morrible, they turned the heart of the people against Elphaba and everyone started calling her the Wicked Witch of the West. Now down to the new franchise, The Wicked for Good of 2025. The Wizard of Oz and Madame Morrible engaged Pharaoh and Greta to get married and tasked them with the mission to capture Elphaba. As Elphaba kept preventing the workers from using animals in completing the yellow brick road that connects the kingdom to the mansion of the Wizard of Oz. They even gifted Greta a floating bubble chair for her transportation in carrying out this mission and appointed Pharaoh as the captain to track down and hunt down Elphaba. Shortly after that, Pharaoh, the soldiers, and the flying monkeys went to capture Elphaba in the woods, but they failed in that attempt. It happened that Nessa, the stepsister of Elphaba, she was made the governor of the town and a special advisor, Buck, who wanted to leave town to begin his own life, only to find out that the governor restricted the travel of all animals and a group of people called the Mosh Kings. Due to this, Buck was not allowed to leave town because he was a Mosh King. This made Buck to despise the governor, although she claimed that she loved him. When Elphaba came to visit the animals to unite with her in fighting against the wizard, the animals of Oz, for the fear of their lives, most of them flew to the desert in order to escape from Oz. Though the chance of survival through the desert was quite very low, but unfortunately, most of the people blamed Elphaba for their problems, even some animals like Bear, the cowardly lion, who accused Elphaba for helping him when he was little, and that prevented him from working for himself, thus made him to become a coward in the future. Later, Elphaba came to visit Nessa the governor, her stepsister, to help her in exposing the wizard's wickedness, but rather, Nessa accused Elphaba for not showing up for her father's funeral, unknowing to her that Elphaba was never the daughter of Nessa's father. They only shared the same mother, and that was why Nessa's father hated Elphaba so much, because the biological father of Elphaba was the Wizard of Oz, without him knowing. Of course, only Elphaba and the mother knows about this. So on Elphaba's visitation to Nessa, Nessa used Elphaba's magical book to cast a love spell on Buck in order to capture his heart, despite Buck doesn't love her anymore, but she cast the spell wrongly. Instead of capturing Buck's heart, she unintentionally shattered it and turned him into a tin man, only for Nessa to blame Elphaba for that and made Buck to believe that it was Elphaba that cast the spell to turn him to a tin man. After that scenario, Elphaba left immediately to visit Greta, her last best friend, in helping her to expose the wizard of all his lies. But of course, Greta refused because the wizard has already made her popular and the star of Oz. Then Elphaba also left quickly and decided to confront the wizard by herself. But not long later, Greta rushed quickly to the wizard mansion to find Elphaba and the wizard there. They all sang and danced together, and finally, Epheba requested for one act in order for the wizard to prove himself that he was not evil. She requested that the wizard should set free all the animals under his captivity, and he did. Later on, she discovered that the wizard only freed a little percentage of these animals after she uncovered another dungeon filled with animals in chains and cages. But Epheba further sent them all free. Then, in the process of their escaping, they interfered with the wedding ceremony between Grida and Pharaoh. Thus, this wedding never held. Due to this, Pharaoh left quickly to the wizard mansion to stop Epheba from killing the wizard. And also, Pharaoh revealed to everyone that he loves Epheba a long time ago and that she was doing the right thing. Then Pharaoh ran away with Epheba, abandoning Grida. The both of them confessed their love to each other at Epheba's place. Out of desperation, Grida informed the wizard and Madame Morrible that Epheba's next stop would be at her stepsister's house. Due to the high level of wickedness that dwells in the heart of Madame Morrible and the hatred for Epheba, she invoked a high and huge, devastating storm throughout the city. This storm was directed into the house of Nessa, believing that Epheba would be at her stepsister's house, Nessa, at the same time, so that the storm would kill Epheba. But unfortunately, Epheba arrived late, and this storm killed only Nessa, her stepsister. When Epheba arrived, she discovered her sister has been killed, along with many other civilians around that region. Then Madame Morrible made everyone believe that the destruction was the work of Epheba, so they called her the Wicked Witch of the West. Grida tried to convince Epheba that the storm was natural, but Epheba, being a powerful witch herself, knew that this was not natural but rather a manipulation, only for her to discover that Grida has given out the precious shoe of Nasa to a stranger named Dorothy without Epheba's permission. That caused them to have a little battle among themselves, not knowing that it was only a plot to capture Epheba. As Epheba was captured, but fortunately for her, Pharaoh arrived with the flying monkeys who have now pledged their life to serve Epheba. Then they helped to rescue Epheba and she escaped, but in the process, they captured Pharaoh. After the soldiers captured Pharaoh, Epheba went to her house. Out of fear that Pharaoh might be killed, she used a magical book to cast a protective spell on Pharaoh to make him powerful and invincible so that he can survive whatever talk show that he will go to, and unintentionally she turned him into a scarecrow, a very powerful creature invincible to damage. Shortly after, a girl called Dorothy from Terra of Kessa and three others, namely the Cowardly Lion, the Tin Man, and the Scarecrow, they all wanted something they don't have, which were courage for the lion, heart for the Tin Man, and brain for the Scarecrow, proving that the three of them have encountered Epheba before they met Dorothy, the stranger who Grida gave out Nessa's special shoe to. In exchange, the wizard ordered them to lead the people of Oz to protest against Epheba and burn her down and bring to him her magic broom. This protest was massive that Grida visited Madame Morrible to plead with her that the protest has gone too far, but she refused, only to reveal to Madame Morrible that she knows that she has hand in Nassa's death, but that changed nothing because Grida was just their puppet. Immediately, Grida got rid of her princess clothes and went to reconcile with Epheba. Meanwhile, the flying monkeys helped Epheba to capture Dorothy in order to retrieve back her sister's shoe. So Grida informed her that everybody are coming for her, and Grida promised to stand by her side this time around, but Epheba refused and told her to go, that she has to surrender by herself, and that everybody needed someone to call wicked in order for them to keep calling her Grinda the Good. So Epheba handed over a magical book to Grinda, and after Grinda left into hiding, Epheba knew that the only way for the people of Ox to be happy is on her death. So Epheba faked her death, and when people thought that she was dead, that brought celebration to the kingdom of Ox, believing that the wicked witch of the west was dead by the hands of Dorothy, because Dorothy returned the broom to the wizard of Ox. When the head flying monkey presented Glinda with one of the green portion of the wizard, and that was when she linked the connection between the wizard of Ox and Epheba as father and daughter. Then she disclosed the information to the wizard. Based on this information, the wizard now went into great despair for murdering his own daughter. Due to this effect, he left the kingdom of Ox and abandoned his position. After which Glinda planned with the flying monkeys to forcefully take Madame Morrible out of the kingdom of Ox into exile for all the evil she has committed. Then Glinda took in charge of the kingdom and welcomed back all the animals to the kingdom for their safety once again. But Pharaoh, now known as the Scarecrow. He was one of those that knows that Epheba was still alive and he knows her plan. So he went to a location and they both flee from the kingdom of Ox to the desert. But they were able to survive through the heat of the desert because now the both of them are special. Though everyone thought that Epheba was dead, but the movie ended after Epheba magical book revealed to Glinda the Good that her best friend Epheba was still alive. So coming down to the lessons which I took away from this movie, The Wicked for Good. As usual, I'm going to drop one key lesson while you guys should drop the rest down in the comment section. So for the lesson which I took away from this movie is, this movie teaches us to look behind the surface, but rather deeper, and then see the beauty in our differences. This movie, The Wicked for Good, is all about having the courage to be who you are against all odds, no matter what the world tells you, just like Epheba did. The world was against Epheba. The community, the town, everybody, even her best friends, everybody was against her. But she never gave up. She knew what she wanted. She knew what she was fighting for the freedom of animal and for the oneness of everybody and for the equality of everyone in the kingdom of Oz. So Epheba never gave up despite everything. Despite the old names, she kept fighting. So this movie teaches us that we should keep fighting. We should have the courage despite any situation or the odds against us. No matter what the world tells us, keep fighting just like Epheba did. So that is the lesson I took away from this movie. And finally, to the rating of this movie, The Wicked for Good. Based on the criteria for movie rating from my Blockbuster TV, I'll be giving this movie 8/10. Despite this movie has an outstanding story plot, but the presentation of this plot to the visual display was quite difficult for easy understanding. You need your time to watch this movie in order to fully understand it, and also so many fans were complaining about the in-movie songs, which were too much. Sometimes these songs can cause a distraction that can remove the minds of viewers from the attention of the main plot. And also, this movie gives us a more detailed understanding about the truth of Epheba, the Wicked Witch of the West, unlike what the storybook tells us. And the last but not the least, this movie also gives us a deeper knowledge of what truly transpires between the wizard, Glinda, the Cowardly Lion, the Tin Man, the Scarecrow, and Dorothy. This movie gives us every detailed information about this, and I'm so glad that I'm rating this movie 8/10. And if you're watching this podcast and you haven't yet watched this movie, please I advise you, please find time and go and see this movie, and you will truly appreciate it. Thank you all for coming down to this movie's content. I'm so glad that I've given you every information about this movie's content. I've given you the total breakdown about this movie, and I believe that I trust that you understood this movie better than before. So guys, if you're still watching, remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Support us and join our membership to get exclusive content. And if you want to tell us anything, come on, just feel free, drop it in the comment section, and I'll be there to get back to you. So guys, I thank you once again for spending your time, and if you're watching us, it means that you have watched to the end, and I'm so grateful for that. So I'll be so glad to see you in our next movie's content. Take care of yourself wherever you are. Have a wonderful day. Bye.